Hello people, my name is Rage, and welcome to what for me is the most difficult video I am ever going to make. I have been wanting to make this video for 4 years, and I have always been too scared to do so, despite how obviously manly and brave I am, and that is because this is Gothic 3, my favourite game of all time, and the game that I still hold to be the best and the standard for RPGs. Now, what I want this video to be is simply me telling you why, for me personally, this game ticks all the boxes that I never even knew I wanted to be ticked, and just holds that special place in my gamer heart. I know, right? So lame. So what I would ask before I get into this is that you guys give this video a fair hearing. I'm not gonna completely praise everything. I have, I feel like I've become fairly competent at critiquing games, and there are things definitely objectively wrong with this. So without further ado then, let's get into this. I very much hope that you guys stick with me through this video and listen to what I have to say. And even better, I hope some of you decide to try this game for yourself. So Gothic 3, released in 2006 by Piranha Bytes, the same year that Oblivion came out for reference, and it is a massive open world RPG. Now, what I want to stress is that, yes, 2006, so everything that I'm about to say, a few things might be like, well, about 10 games in the last 3 years have done that, and while that is true, please retain the frame of reference, this happened in 2006. Now, this game went under the radar because the publisher, Joe Wood, forced the game out the door early, resulting in a kind of unplayable, buggy mess. However, since then, a dedicated community of fans have released a community patch up to version 1.75, which has completely made the game what it should be. So, you start the game, you arrive in this new world that you have no knowledge of. You walk into a town and found that it has been conquered by orcs, which, initially, really, orcs conquering humans? God, original story points, am I right? And I fully accept that. However, you're not too happy about this. You're a big fan of humans, you are one. So you start a massive brawl and kill every single orc in the entire village, freeing all the human slaves. Now, this world map here that I'm about to pick up is necessary because you don't even start with a world map. You arrive here with literally nothing. I killed this guy so hard he flew onto the roof. So don't even question that. So basically, the orcs arrive. The orcs call human Moras. They have their own culture. They have their own way of life. And what you need to understand is that apart from this village, orcs are never going to be openly hostile to you. They are a sentient race. They are here for conquest. They want humans as slaves, or at best paid mercenaries, which we will be seeing later, and they just want to subjugate us. They're not mindless, evil killing machines that just want to kill for fun. All they want is to simply be conquerors because they are born for battle, bred for it. They love honorable combat. They very much are a, honestly, honorable race. They really are. The humans in this game are the ones with trickery and guile that hide around in caves and ambush the orcs to try and take back the world of Murtana, which is this grassy, lovely area for the humans. So talking of the world then, that was a very quick overview of the story, and we'll get more into it as we go through it. To start off with the world, we obviously want to look at the graphics. I have everything on max settings, and while today this certainly wouldn't win any awards, you can't deny that objectively it's still fairly nice to look at. As we sweep across the beach, down into the wooded area, the mountains in the distance, the lighthouse over there on the cliff, it looks very, very pretty. And when I tell you this next thing, it gets even more impressive. The entire world, if we go onto the world map now, this middle section here is the grassland. Everywhere south of it, where the purple town symbols are, is a desert, and everything north, where the blue ones are the snowy barbarian lands. Now, there's no great prize for, oh, you got a grassland, a desert, and a snowy area. No, Now, obviously, that happens a lot. That's fair enough. But what I want to tell you, and this is very much the first thing that really started cementing this game in my just, yes! And it's also one of the main reasons I could never get into Elder Scrolls. This entire world, from top to bottom, would take you hours and hours and hours to traverse. It is a massive, massive open world. This town that I was wandering around is Ardea, and every single name on here is its own actual town, city, buildings, people, everything. And this entire world, you can go everywhere, do everything, load in, complete the game 100% without a single loading screen. At no point are you ever interrupted, unless of course you die, but that's obvious. There is no loading screens. And on top of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20 towns/cities in this game, which is an impressive amount for any RPG, and in every single one, every single building you can walk into and fully explore, again, without loading screens. The world makes sense. There are no houses that you randomly can't get in. Everything is accessible, and I love that. That was amazing to me, and honestly, it still is. This did mean that in 2006, this game was an absolute bitch for anything less than a top-of-the-range computer, which wasn't very sensible. Let me just pop a cap in this scavenger over here. Alright, whoa, calm down, I've got this, yeah, come at me, bro, Here we go, oh god, damn it, my Steam, that is disgusting! So, basically, yeah, there we go, sit down, I'm gonna steal your meat. What I do want to quickly mention is that the actual way you fight stuff and how it interacts with you is fairly realistic. For example, down in this valley there is a pack of wolves. If we go close enough to start seeing them, yes, the obvious loading in of the grass isn't terribly conducive to immersion, but it just has to happen with such a big, permanently loaded world. So we should start seeing a pack of wolves kind of run past us, assuming my memory is correct. Granted, I have, yeah, there it is, the pack of wolves that starts walking up. Now, I don't want to go anywhere near them. In most games, and I think a lot of the things that make this game good would make it bad if released today, because I feel like a lot of gamers are conditioned to expect things a certain, I kind of want to say it an easier way, because this game, make no mistake, is absolutely brutal. It is difficult if you are stupid in your approach in a way. So that pack of 5 wolves, let me ask you, in real life, you are a dude in leather clothes at best. You're handed a sword, and you're going to go fight a pack of 6 wolves. What do you think your chances are of getting out of that situation alive and victorious? Yep, next to nothing. Wolves are going to savage you. Animals are going to savage you. You can be the god of sword fighting, and a pack of wild animals is going to mess you up. And that is represented in the game. I would get destroyed if I went to fight those wolves. I'm much better coming back as a more experienced hunter and bowing them to death, because that makes sense. A hunter is definitely better placed at killing animals than a dude with a sword, and that is represented throughout the world. For example, the world is not magically tailored to how powerful your character is. It just makes sense. Everything is where it should be, and it's as powerful as it is. Nothing scales up or down. You just go where you are skilled enough to go within the game's combat mechanics. So that brutal pack of wolves killed me many a times when I was new to this game, and at the time I was kind of annoyed. What? It's a wolf! I'm the hero of the story! Why can't I kill a wolf? But honestly, when I think about it, it does make sense. So the world is just the world, and you make of it what you will. So I'm wandering over here through the wheat fields. We've got a farm taken over by the orcs. You see, the orcs, they're not going to attack me. They're a little bit unhappy to see me. They're not a fan of humans.
I'm going to relax. Make yourself useful, Mora.
Yeah, there we go, calling me a Mora, the slang term for humans. It's almost a racist, in fact, it is a racist thing, and I kind of like those themes as well. There's more wolves over that hill, which actually brings up another point that I want to see. But you've seen as I've been walking through the world, you know, it's very enjoyable to explore. There's a lot of stuff going on. I love the grassland. So what happens then? These wolves over here, there's some on the right over there, as you can see. retroactive quest completing is what I'm gonna call it. So I'm about to arrive at Cape Dun here, which is a town taken over by the orcs. Now these wolves outside the city are a bit of a problem for the orc mercenaries in this town. Orc mercenaries are humans that lost the war with the orcs as they took over this central grassland, and instead of wanting to become slaves, they agreed to work for the orcs in exchange for money and some very limited freedom. They're still not allowed to move freely in orc society, but they do a lot better than these slaves who don't want you to talk to them. So if I killed all of those wolves who have been out the front killing random slaves, you know, they're not too friendly to random humans, they're going to use them as food. So if I killed all those wolves and then went to talk to this guy over here, stood outside this hut, he is the leader of the orc mercenaries, the humans working for the orcs who aren't slaves in this town. If I'd killed all those wolves, gone to talk to him, he'd tell me, "Hey, you're new in town. I'm gonna give you some work if you want to earn your keep here. You work or you don't eat, me laddie." And he would be like, "Go kill some wolves that are killing some slaves." And I'd be like, "Aha! Buffered, my man. I've already killed those wolves." And he'd be like, "Really? Fantastic. Here's your reward." And what that means is effectively every single quest in this game is technically already in your quest log. You just don't know about it because you complete things as they happen. You don't need to trigger things. Again, the world is the world is the world. It's how it is. You make of it what you will. And I love that. There is no arbitrary restrictions. And then this game has a very nice realism edge to it, and I love realistic RPGs that force me to get into the character's mindset. So let me show you what I mean.
Did you come to work for the orcs?
Are you in charge here?
Yes, but only over the mercenaries. The orcs are the masters of the city. But it's not so bad living as a mercenary for the orcs. What about you? I can use a strong fellow like you.
Okay.
What if I wanted to join the mercenaries?
Right. Listen. Your reputation is your hardest currency with the orcs. An orc sits at the top of every city in the kingdom. Here in Cape Dun, that's Uric. If you can get the orcs to let you talk to the top orc, you've got it made.
Okay, so basically, I'm arriving new in town, and this guy doesn't give a crap about me. I'm some random nobody.
What have you got for me to do?
There are a lot of hungry wolves roaming around outside. Now and then, they find the hungry wolves.
I'm going to skip through the dialogue, because while the dialogue is very much serviceable, it's nothing to write home about. It's one of the weakest parts of the game, but it doesn't also put you off. So I've just accepted, effectively, a quest to kill those wolves. But what I like about this game, it's not really a quest. There's no pop-up. There's no 0 out of 5 wolves killed. There's no graphical elements. I don't feel like I've accepted a magical hero's quest. I've just been told to go kill a couple wolves to get paid in order to eat. And this is where I'm probably going to divide some of you. To me, and I understandably to you guys, killing a couple wolves, that's not very exciting. You're killing some wolves. You're supposed to be the hero. What are you doing? Go on magical mega journeys. But I think it's beautiful. I have arrived in this world by boat. I arrived just south of Ardea. No one knows who I am. This world has been ravaged by a war with the orcs that was lost. Humans are by the by. He doesn't care who I am. He doesn't know who I am. He thinks I'm just another poor sod trying to get by after the war. He's got work for me. I can take it or leave it. It's up to me. I am nobody. I am not special. I am not Dragonborn. I am not the chosen one. I am not some secret power only I can do. I am not some special prophesized hero. I am just a normal dude in this world getting by, doing whatever the hell I think of. I am literally no one. My character is no more special inherently than anyone I am looking at in this town. And that would kind of put a lot of people off. People like to be the special hero. But I think it's wonderful. It's a really forcibly down and gritty RPG where everyone just thinks you're another random dickhead trying to fleece your way by in this world, and I love that, and people treat you in a way that makes sense. There's no, "Herald, he is the magic hero that's gonna save us all, welcome to our town." There's, "Who are you prick, go do some work or get the hell out of this town," and I love that. Just a quick insert from me then, guys, as I had a thought while I was editing, and I think the reason I love this game so much, And the reason all the mechanics, etc., that I'm really praising work so well for me is that they all come together to make you feel, more than any other game that I've played, like you are actually there. Not your character, not you controlling a character, that you are actually there. Imagine if you were teleported, you yourself, to a fantasy world, and you suddenly had to make a life for yourself or die starving in the woods. That's what this game feels like, and I really like that. It's very unique, I feel, especially among RPGs. So then, the wolf quest that I got. Kill all the hungry wolf packs around Cape Dun. This is where I can look what missions I have. So, you must be thinking, there's the no quest indicator? How do I know where the wolves are? How do I know how many wolves there are? Well, I don't. Why would I? Why would my character know that? This is another thing I love, because it's realistic and it forces you to get into the mindset of your character. The only information I have on how to kill these hungry wolves is literally just what the dude told me about the hungry wolves. And that makes sense. Why would my character know any other information? Why would he have a magical quest arrow pointing him to the right direction? He wouldn't. He would only know what he got told to do, and you are forced to know that information yourself and work it out. The most help you get is being able to read through the conversation you had with the dude telling you what to do. And that would put a lot of people off today, I think. But at the time, and still now, I think it's lovely. You have not got your hand held at any point in this game. And granted, I accept it might be a little bit too non-handholdy, and that is a fair criticism. But I personally absolutely love it, and the world itself then is truly alive, and this was impressive for the time it was released. Every single character in the entire game has a routine. They do something in the morning, the afternoon, the evening, they sleep at night, they do a proper job. There are things going on. No NPC feels static. There's a fighting ring up here. You'll see them fight throughout the day, rest by the fire and eat in the afternoon, retire to their homes to sleep at night. The orcs like to make real, examples of the humans that fought back to the very end, and I think that's wonderful. A full, living, breathing world, which at the time was very much unheard of. Granted, Oblivion did it quite a bit as well, but, I don't think quite as well as this game. So talking of the world being alive then, I mean that in the very literal sense, and this right here was... I don't care about you, Seruk. I don't care right now, alright? I'll come back to you later, Milado. This is my next big boom moment about this game. Life in this game matters, and that sounds very preachy. Guys, life in this game, it matters. Life is sacred. And by that I mean, everything you kill stays dead. There is no respawning on anything. I could kill the most important NPC in the game, and he would stay dead. I could kill that pig right here, and it would never come back. I could kill that pack of wolves, gone forever. Theoretically, I could kill everything in the world with a health bar that can be killed and be the only technically living thing in the entirety of the three continents. Everything is killable. There are no NPCs immune to death. There is nobody protected by any magical force that respawn them. Every single person is killable, and I love that so goddamn much. I really do. Most people would find it annoying if they killed a major quest character without realizing and had to load the game to get him back, but I think that's brilliant. You just killed that dude. What are you expecting? He's dead. I mean, really? What did you think would happen? He's dead. You gotta deal with it. Do what you must. And I think that is absolutely wonderful. So in terms of the animation quality then, jumping, I mean, it's not great. Running, it's serviceable. The actual combat is serviceable. Honestly, the major appeal of this game is the actual world and how it works. And akin to that, with the world being alive, people don't like it when you walk in their houses. For example, there's a dude in here who sat on his throne, and he's a little bit wary of me, as I step into his house, and if he happened not to be home, when I walked in his house, if he was by the fire and watched me go in, he would get up, walk to the entrance, and stare me down as I was rifling through his things, which makes sense. If you're just randomly chilling by your fire, some random nobody walks past you and just barrels into your home, you're gonna be like, what the hell is he doing? What, Jesus, what a dickhead. I'm gonna watch him and make sure he doesn't get up to no good. And people actually care about your actions. If you are caught stealing, the dude who's caught you is gonna try and kill you, and by kill you I mean knock you out, and that's another cool thing of how this works. So here I'm going to a rebel camp. Basically, the rebels are people who are still loyal to the human king and refuse to accept that the war is lost, and they like to hide out in caves like this around the world. And this is basically the main storyline in the Middle Montana Greenland area, the remnants and the resolution of the war between orcs and humans, and you can choose to side with the rebels, side with the orcs, side with neither of them, side with both, work for everybody, get maximum benefits, do literally whatever you want. It's really cool. And what I should mention is that you can literally liberate cities, you can exterminate entire populations. That town that I was in with the orcs, if I started fighting those orcs, killed every single one of them until the remaining ones alive were too scared and ran out of town, these rebels would move and move back into that town, having reconquered it in the name of the king. How cool is that? How many RPGs do you know that you can exterminate an entire ruling population in a city and have your friends come take it over as an actual liberating hero? I think that is wonderful. And also I think this cave is a very nice example of some of the locations as well, as we have a look at these rebels. So you may have noticed that Buffett said your reputation is everything. And it really is, and that's something I very much like with this game. I'm going to sprint through here because there are a few nasties in this cave that are going to give me a fair problem, but before we get involved with them, you will see if I go to here, we have my reputation with the orcs, rebels, rangers, Hashishin, which are the desert humans, the nomads, and Nordman, which are the barbarians. So this reputation is really your currency. This is my global reputation. So say I was 50 with the rebels around the world would know that I'd got their back, been helping them against the orcs. I'm a good un. But that doesn't stop the fact that while they've heard of me, the rebels in a particular hideout, for example this one, don't really know me personally. So if I started working for random rebels, and then word would spread around the camp that I'm a stand-up, okay sort of dude, and eventually they'll let me speak to their leader because they trust me enough to not instantly go report who the leader is to the orcs, so they can send a force here and exterminate his ass. And that's the same in the orcs. You work for them enough, prove to be a valuable mercenary, earn their trust, they'll let you speak to the lead orc in the town, as he was saying. So your reputation very much is key, and managing who thinks you're nice and who thinks you're a bit of a dickhead is a major factor in this game. So we have goblins, we have ourselves giant lizards, we're going to get into some minecrawler fights above here. Now all of these creatures, if I tried to actually stand and fight, would absolutely wreck me, like straight up annihilate me, and there's not much I could do about it. One of the rebels wants me to clear out this cave, so if I started killing all of these, then went back to him and told him, "Now bro, I've already done it," he'd be pretty pleased with me, the retroactive questing going on. So that's basically the world then. Now while the system does encourage you to save constantly in case you mess up and die, here we have a minecrawler that I very, very much do not want to get tangled in, so I'm going to run straight past him and come back out into the forest here and hope that he's a little bit too afraid of the sun to fully follow me out, which indeed he is. So how does actual progression then, the mechanics, your character, you're probably wondering what is up with that. So we'll start with the combat system. The melee combat system, very simple. You slash, it moves you forward, and you can block, and you can do a quick slashing while blocking, you can do a power attack while blocking, which is a stab which momentarily staggers people, and you can do a power attack while not blocking and it knocks people over. Very simple, it flows, it's smooth, it's nothing award-winning, it's nothing ground-breaking, but it works, it's fine, and you can get into quite skillful duels with NPCs. Animals will 1v however many animals there are you, so you'll have 5 wolves attacking you at once, whereas when you're fighting a group of NPCs, generally they like to take turns turns 1v1ing you, which, while not realistic, does work mechanically to actually give you proper fights, in the same sense that the game knows when to break reality for the sake of good mechanics. For example, there is no weight limit, you can pick up everything you see, and while that doesn't make sense, I think it's a really good thing, because in an RPG, you're going to want to loot everything, you want to hoard, you want to keep everything. It's good, and this I like as well. If wolves or a monster are attacking me, and I run him near friendly NPCs, they're gonna help me out. The humans are in this together, they've got each other's back, they're gonna kill them and fight them for me, and try and, you know, kill these damn dirty beasts that they're not a fan of. They're not just going to passively watch as I get savaged in front of them. As you can see, this guy, a stand-up top bloke, is trying to kill these wolves for me. I'm going to help him out with the bow. It's very simple. You have to allow for the arc of the bow. Depending on the strength of your bow, it's got a different arc, and you just simply fire forward. Nothing crazy. And then there is, of course, a magic system, which ties into how all of the mechanics work. Yes, I'm just going to leave that guy to die. And if those wolves kill him, he ain't coming back, as I was saying, so it's in my best interest to actually save him. But for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to. So, actual skills then. We've got our inventory with various things. These teleport stones, by the way, is how you quick travel to various towns, but you don't just get them handed out like candy. They are all hidden very well in any given town, and if you want to be able to quick travel back, you have to turn over every stone, literally sometimes, in order to find them. So I feel like that's a good compromise between realism and fast travel, so I'm a little bit happy with that. So these are your skills then. You have various stuff that makes you a master swordsman, learn how to fight with dual blades, get better with crossbows, better at using shields, axes, better armor abilities, better hunting skills, do more damage to orcs, more damage to beasts, learn how to skin reptiles and get their teeth to sell to people, learn how to wield various staves, mage robes, learn how to forge from various qualities of ore, how to mine it, how to sharpen your weapons to make them do more damage, how to brew health potions, mana potions, deadly venom potions, how to imbue your arrows with fire and venom, or use teeth from beasts that you've harvested via hunting on your arrows, how to poison your blade, how to pick ridiculously difficult locks, how to pickpocket people, how to sneak around, how to assassinate people while they are asleep, how to be more acrobatic, how to resist disease, you know, all skills that you would expect. And then the magic system, there's dominance, which represents the fire god, transformation, the water god, summoning the dark god, summon demons, blast with water, ice, fire, heal, a time bubble that slows everything down, summon golems, hailstorms. Pretty good spells. Graphically they look okay. Nothing crazy, but it works, and it's nice, honestly. It's fine. It really does work. So how do you learn all these skills? You don't just magically acquire them. You know nothing. You are very much Ned Stark's bastard when you start in this world. And in order to learn skills, you have to go to people who already know the skills and get them to teach you the skills. Every time you level up, you get learning points, which is a kind of basic way of saying them, honestly. I wish it was a little more trying to mechanically fit in with the world, but hey ho, we have learning points. So where do you spend learning points? We'll say I want to learn how to be better with the sword. Buffett here, he looks like he's a pretty good fighter, as Mr. Buffett, he knows what he's doing.
Would you teach me
how to fight, please, mate? So we can give me more strength, and strength, agility, intelligence, that kind of stuff is just you need X amount to learn X skill. It's a pretty arbitrary requirement. But let's say I want to be a stronger swords fighter, I just want to do better with the sword. Alright, that'll be a load of gold, please, and a load of your learning points, and I'll teach you how to do that. And there's magic trainers, hunting trainers, thief trainers, all that good stuff around the world. You gotta find them, get them to teach you, and as you see, it requires a lot of gold, so you really are encouraged to work for these NPCs, earn their money, steal, kill, and loot your way into being rich. So in terms of actual thievery then, I can go into this very careful, crouchy pose and sneak around this warehouse and steal myself some golden goblets, and lo and behold, I found the teleporter stone to this town. I'll take that bundle of weapons, that could come in useful, and this other golden goblet. And look, I never got the quest to do this, but apparently stealing those golden goblets was a quest. It's given me some thieving skill and some experience. Wonderful. Retroactive quest completion. I love that so much. And then finally, the actual music in this game, I think it's beautiful. This game has got one of the nicest musical scores I think I've ever heard. It's so calming and nice, and I really, really do love it. I could listen to the music for hours on end in the background while I do things. So then, actual combat. What I like is that, again, they've gone with a very gamey, realistic approach. So in most games, right, he's still fighting these wolves because he's a badass, and NPCs aren't too good. When you walk away from them, the fight slows down. It doesn't completely stop, but it does slow down, so you do have time to come back and remedy your mistake. A good halfway point. But say I wanted to heal in combat. In most games, you chug potions, cast healing spells, whatever, but that doesn't fly in this game, because why would it? How do you have a health potion while in intense melee combat? You don't. Say I wanted to heal. I've got my sword out. I'm fighting. Oh god, no, I'm low health. I want to heal. Gotta put my sword away, pull out the healing potion, drink the bastard, get my sword back out. Of course you do. That makes sense. It's a healing potion. How do you take it without literally drinking it? And if you do that mid-battle, the guys that you're killing you are going to be like, what the hell are you doing? You get that potion away. We're having a fight here. I'm just going to stab you if you give me that opening. And then again, I accidentally showed you another cool thing. Pull my sword out. They're like, what the hell are you doing? Put your sword away here. That's an aggressive sign. And that I like as well. Another little extra realistic thing. So combat very much works how you expect it to. So let's say I get in a fight with Mr. Silas here. He's you know, he's a little bit upset that I've got my weapon out, you know. He's going to start attacking me if I don't. So let's say I just feel like getting in a fight with this dude. And we'll try and stab him. But he's obviously a lot stronger than I am right now. And the orcs are like, dude, don't just fight random people in the town. What the hell are you doing? Oh no, oh god, I'm being absolutely annihilated. Oh, they got me. But I'm not dead. They've knocked me out. They've shown me a lesson for being unruly. And you know what they do? They steal my gold and my sword as a lesson not to do it again. Is that not awesome? You get beaten down and then they rob you for being a bastard around the town. I think that's phenomenal. So unless an enemy is attacking you with intent to kill, when you beat them, they just go unconscious. Someone who's unconscious on the floor, you can deal a killing blow to if you so wish, and they can also deal killing blows to you if they're particularly pissed off with you. So it very much works fluidly like that as well. So honestly, guys, I think that really is all I have to say. There is a lot more to this game than I have said, but I hope you've at least began to see, or at least want to see more, why it is that I really, really do love this game. Why I think it's the best RPG I've ever played, still the best one. It has its faults, but the systems in place here make so much sense to me, and I really, really love them. I really do. And you end up with stuff like, in a town, Montera, you end up working for the rebels, if you choose to do so, and you can attack the city with an army of like 20 rebels at your back, and have a massive 20-on-50 fight with the orcs as you try and liberate the city in the name of the rebels if you're siding with them, and that is wonderful. Similarly, if I feel like getting in good with the orcs, I could go and exterminate this rebel camp here, kill all of them, report back saying I found the rebel camp for you and killed those motherfuckers, and you know, you're welcome, dude. You know, you must like me now as a human, even though you're an orc and clearly think you're superior to us Moras. And he's like, yeah, fair enough. I'll pass on my word to my superiors in other towns. You did us a good service here, and yeah, that is how it is, and I really think that is fantastic. He's probably pissed that I killed his friend over here, that scavenger. So that really is all I have to say, at least for now. I'm going to wander over here to show you one final sight, this dome in the distance. That's not the sun, and I'll just give you a quick glimpse at that. So that's why I love this game. Please let me know what you thought of it, and you can easily spend around 200 hours doing this game, even casually. There is so much content, and I really do love it. And then you can do it again, because, alright, this first playthrough, I'm going to side with the orcs. My second playthrough, I'm going to side with the rebels. That what makes sense, and you at least get 400 hours of good playtime out of this game, and I really, really love that. These guys are bandits, which is why they're trying to kill me. There's a cave over there filled with bandits that I get tasked with killing later on if you choose to do so. So this is a massive magical dome that has been erected around the human capital as a last defense mechanism to prevent the orcs from fully obliterating the humans and killing the king. You eventually find a way in there, but I'm not going to spoil anything. We've got a bloodfly over here, which is going to try and get it all up in my business. And here we have massive orc encampments that are sieging the city. Now, I don't want to get near them. They're not a big fan of humans because they're currently at war, so they will try and kill me, but that's to be expected. They're literally still at war with humans, so they don't want one random human wandering through their military camps. It's not the same as a subjugation force in a town, and again, it makes sense. So I could keep waxing lyrical about this game all day. I really could, but that's the best overview I think I can give it. I hope I have done this game that I love so much justice. And this boar, he's killing a random bandit as well. He doesn't care who he's attacking. People don't arbitrarily only target you. Everyone fights each other. It makes sense and it works. So yeah, as I said, I could go on and on and on and on about this game. You find plants all over the place that you use for alchemy, if you pay attention as well. Just little things like that I do like. And yeah, let me know what you think then. Let me know if you're interested in. Let me know if you feel like you might try it. Or let me know if you're objectively like, yeah, that does sound pretty cool to be fair. Especially for the time in 2006. That's, you know, I could totally see that being a thing. And I mean, I keep saying and yeah, but really, and yeah, that is Gothic 3 in as small a nutshell as I can cram it, and why I love it. I wish I could show you more, but alas, I can't. Let me know if you'd actually like more content on this game, because obviously, I would love that, but I don't even expect many people will even watch this. I just, for my own sanity, and because I feel like I should, I want this game represented in the best way that I can on this channel. So there we go. A lot of systems that would probably frustrate gamers today, but at the time and still for me make a lot of sense, and I really love them. I really do. So for now, my name has been Rage. Please can I have a like for this video. It really would mean a lot to me. I'm very much happy that I finally made this, and subscribe for more. And goodbye.